Hello, my dear young friends. A very, very warm welcome to another session of e-content learning. In today's session, I will discuss about the preparation which one needs to be successful in interview. So this is the uh, subsequent video to my earlier video wherein I had given some basic information about how one must start preparing to develop interview skills. In this interview session, I will further discuss about some more interview techniques and interview preparation tips that can be really helpful not only for your examination point of view but also in your future when you are in the job hunting phase. To start with the preparation for interview. Preparation for interview is very important. Before a company or an organization selects a particular candidate, they go through the resume of the candidate, and after a lot of screening and lot of filtering, then the candidates are shortlisted, and only the candidates who have a lot of potential are shortlisted, and they will be invited for interview. So even to get an interview call also is not very easy, and uh, to share some information about the candidates who have some experience or exposure to highly competitive examinations of India, such as the Union Public Service Commission, one can understand that out of thousands and lakhs, it is only a few hundreds of candidates who finally get the call for interview. So it is definitely a very great step even to be called for an interview. And Interview is not just a mere question and answer session. Interview as a holistic approach is being termed as a personality test, especially if one has basic knowledge of the examinations conducted by UPSC and other premier recruiting agencies of our country. One can understand that personality test carries a lot of weight into the selection process. So it is like you have to always mold your personality, and personality cannot be changed or cannot be drastically changed overnight. So personality is something which you keep acquiring over a period of time, and personality is what your outlook is, what your mental outlook is. So it is not something which can be ordered online and bought. It is not something which is available just across the counter. So personality, which is very very basic thing for the success of an interview, is something which one has to mold over a period of time. So personality will include a lot of things. How your attitude is, what kind of basics values you carry, what is your belief system, and definitely human, as a uh, as a human, what exactly is your sense of values to fellow humans and to the society at large. So coming to certain important points about interview preparation, and how one must start with certain basic things about interview. So now let's get to the basics, the fundamental stuff of interview preparation. So these things which you can observe are with the very basic things. It is not to be told that one has to be very punctual and one has to be on time while attending an interview, and lot of prior preparation is needed. Why? Because you are definitely a kind of a stranger to the place of interview, and it is always very useful if you can reach the place of interview well in advance. Because the thing is like, if you reach the location and the place in time, then it will give enough time for you to make a quick survey of the surroundings and quick survey of the place, and probably like you try to get accustomed to the place in a very short span of time. Why? Because once you know the place and the people around, that will give you a sense of comfort, a sense of psychological comfort, which is very much needed for for reasonable, proper thinking, and to help you to make reasonable judgments during the process of interview. So it is something which you will definitely experience. It is a very positive development if you reach the place of interview very well in time, and get to know the people, get to know the surroundings of the place, and you try to become more familiar with the place and the whole setup as such. So the first and foremost thing is try to be in time, and try to be an early bird in the interview process. That is the first and foremost thing. Also, since the interview is a very formal process, the interview is a very serious affair, a formal process. One must always pay attention to the attire, to the dressing sense for the interview. The dressing sense definitely must be a formal one, and you must always try to live up to the occasion, because the interviews don't happen every day. Interview definitely is something which is very unique for the person, for the candidate who is facing the interview, and also for the interviewers, the company HR, or the panel, especially in the public sector or the government sector, wherein recruitment to the top jobs of government of India, we have a huge a panel consisting of experts across various domains, across various subjects, who have enormous experience, expertise, and knowledge, which will try to pick the best talent to serve our society and our country. So coming to the interview preparation, all you need to do is try to, dress up yourself in a very formal and in a very dignified way, so as to show the seriousness that is required for your success in interview. And very important thing is, try to always be positive in your thinking, and be positive in your approach, because a positive mind will definitely attract positive vibes, which are very crucial for your success. Because no matter how your IQ, intelligence quotient is, your emotional quotient also is equally important. Why? Because we have come across so many candidates who are exceptionally good in their intelligent quotient. The IQ is remarkably well. Their IQ may be close to say around 125 or 130. A little more than that will definitely make the person genius. So, with such enormous IQ, still, if they fail to have enough of the emotional quotient, I mean a kind of emotional balance, then understanding with yourself first, because one should not always play with emotions of yourself, and one should always try to maintain some kind of emotional balance, which is very well needed. So the techniques of self control, the techniques of meditation, techniques of yoga, all this play a very important role when it comes to matters of self control, self discipline, and this in turn will lead to a better emotional quotient. And the other thing which I would like to share today is about the social quotient. Social quotient here means the social skills what you might acquire, and what you might practice in your interpersonal relations. Because as an organization, as a prestigious organization, any company for that matter will want their candidates to indulge, to involve in teamwork. So they prefer candidates who are team players, because a lot of projects which the company lands cannot be done by maybe one or two persons. They require a team. A project has to be always done as a teamwork. So in such a scenario, a person with very low social quotient or very poor social skills, or very poor interpersonal skills will definitely be an odd man in the organization, because the IQ portion, the IQ will definitely be not useful to the organization, to the company, when the SQ of the candidate is very poor, because we don't the company doesn't want someone who is very introverted and who doesn't open up, although he is very knowledgeable, because expression is very important, and people who don't express, people who don't come up with expression, they fall short of the expectations of the company as such. All you need to do about your interview preparation is try to be positive both in your thinking, and try to be more of a team player rather than a person working in isolation. Because no matter how knowledgeable you are, your knowledge must get disseminated. Otherwise, it is definitely of no use either to the company, organization, or to the society at large. And some going further with the interview preparation, one needs to invest your time and energy into making a kind of a research about the company. You need to know about what organization or company you are interested to join in. So you definitely have to spend a lot of time, at least to know some basic things about the company. So what the company or organization is into, what is the core business, what is the core business model, and how the company has been progressing over a period of time. So how do you get to know the various what you call aspects of a company? So as you all know, you definitely can get a lot of information which is hosted on their website, which will give authentic and reliable information. So visiting the company's website and visiting certain credible aspects of social media also might help you in knowing the basic information about the company which you are interested to join. So if you have to get a larger picture of the company, you need to spend more time doing a kind of a research on the company, so that you are well acquainted with the company, with the prospects of joining the company. And one must also pay very close attention to the company's balance sheet and the company's overall performance over a period of time. So the company's websites are definitely one source of information which one must always have access to. And you must also find certain previous employees, what their experience was and how it was like to be working in the company, because people with prior experience have a certain fair idea about the company, And as a word of caution, I say that one must not be prejudiced with any of the views of the previous employees, because experiences always differ. There are always individual differences which are unique to a person, unique to different people as such. And before your interview, what you need to do is you'll get a list of the people you are meeting with the company, and then you try to learn more about them. Definitely it is going to help you because you have a fair idea, because there are some questions that are specific to the interviewer, and you can ask for the details, and you can try to focus on the different aspects of the organization or the firm which you are trying to join. And then uh, it is essential to spend some time about what your skills are, because you might have acquired a lot of skills, but you must always try to spend some time on trying to refresh what your acquired skills are, and definitely what your accomplishments are, what were your achievements, your accomplishments. And then the interviewers will definitely question more about your accomplishments, and they are eager to know about the various methods you employed. And definitely it helps you a lot, because they are more interested in finding out your personality, and what were your achievements, and how could you achieve, and what kind of obstacles you faced, how these challenges were overcome. So such questions definitely will be of interest, both to the interviewer and to the person attending to the interview. And always you must definitely know about how to present yourself. The usual tell me about yourself this kind of questions are very often and very predictable, because as a newcomer to any organization, it is quite obvious that they will be eager to know about yourself, because you are a wonderful personality, and you have been shortlisted by the company, the organization, the HR, the employers want to know how good you are, and what your resume says. You are a speaking resume during the interview. And one must also be very honest in interview, because honesty plays a very important role. It is better not to be egoistic, especially during the times of interview, because it doesn't really pay if you are egoistic in interview, and never get into any kind of arguments with the interviewers. You can always be assertive. You can always put your point, in a reasonably convincing manner. But it doesn't make any sense to get into any fight or any quarrel or any kind of argument with the interviewers, because there may be differences of opinion, but we must learn to accept and respect differences of opinion rather than getting into any kind of a conflict. Because what I feel is, the interview is not a place to get into such kind of messy things. There are always other options of debate, wherein you can put your points of view in a very forceful manner rather. And the interview is a place where the interviewers, what they generally try to do is they try to put the candidates sometimes in situations of stress, so as to find what could be their reaction, and how their reaction is to stressful and hypothetical situations. So such answers which the candidates give during stress interviews are definitely a mirror to their personality. They often throw more light about what is their mindset, because a mindset is not something which can be changed overnight. We are all born with a kind of a mindset, and we also develop a certain kind of a mindset over a period of time. So both the surroundings, the place where we are in, all definitely go a long way in molding our mindset. So this stress interview, as I say, is a place where your mindset can be, judged or analyzed. So your responses, your reaction to any stressful questions can give away your personality. So a skillful interviewer will definitely find more about you during such wonderful interviews. And one must also find something more about his skills and area of research, his weaknesses and strengths. Also, one must always keep a note of such things, and one must also try to uh, you know put his personality before the interviewer, so that they know that he or she is suitable to be employed before in the company. And one important thing is one must also practice certain kind of mock interviews. So what are these mock interviews, and what is the importance of mock interviews? Just like we conduct rehearsals or preparatory examinations before you people get into the final examination, there is something called as mock interview. So before going to the actual or the real interview, the mock interviews play a very, very important role. They actually try to polish your skills, and they try to prepare you to perform better in the actual interview. So with the mock interviews, one definitely can try to understand what his mistakes are, and do some kind of a mid-course correction. So the mid-course correction is very important, because it is very important to identify your mistakes and then try to do some correction about it, work on the mistakes, and then try to improvise upon the performance during the interview. And one must also be very sharp, in the sense like all the questions cannot be planned and prepared in advance. Sometimes answers must be given by taking a call on the spot. And definitely the presence of mind is very important, because without presence of mind, one cannot perform very well in the interview, and one can be easily caught. Suppose if the person is not alert to the questions of the interviewer. So that is something which one must always take note of. And many a times, coming to the basic grooming of the candidates in the interview, most of the times the interviewers also are impressed by the attire, by the professional outfit, the dress with which you appear. So the best preparation will be to give some extra time and attention, so that you can appear very presentable to the interviewer. So your outfit must be very clean. It is needless to say, it should be cleaned, it should be pressed and tailored so as to suit the occasion for the interview. And you must also not forget about some little things about keeping your shoes clean, and the hair trimmed. Your haircut should be very formal, and nothing which will make you look informal or casual is taken kindly to. And you must also pay very important attention of keeping all your credentials intact, because your credentials, your marks statement, your certificates and awards are very important here. the interviewers will definitely be very much impressed, and it will have a very positive impact during the interview if you can present all your certificates, and definitely you have a winning edge over other candidates during any such interviews. So one must also pay attention to you know uh, keeping all the certificates and the credentials in a very orderly manner, so as to minimize any kind of tension and unnecessary tension during and after the interview. And then what one must do is greet the people, greet the interviewers, and the first 90 seconds of any interview will definitely create a very lasting information, a very positive information, a positive information, and it creates a very good impression about the candidate. Because it is like once you make the opening shot very well, then your mindset is attuned, and it definitely creates a very positive impact on the interviewers. So one must always begin with a very positive start, and especially as I said, during the first 90 seconds, the what impression the interviewer gets about the candidate, it is very crucial, and it will help to make certain kind of impression about the candidate. So pay attention to the initial statements and the way you present yourself to the interviewer. And coming further about the importance of body language. Body language is very important because a lot of effort goes into the body language part of the interviewer, because during a body language, the interviewer actually tries to analyze the person's thinking, person's behavior through gestures. Gestures are nothing but they are synonymous to body language, the gestures. Once a person's body language must be very positive, and he must avoid unnecessary movement with his hands or with his legs. A person with positive body language is always more acceptable, and he creates a better impression than with a person with a drooping shoulders or with his head completely bowed. All such body language sends a negative impression to the interviewer. A positive body language, such as sitting firm, holding your head high, and maintaining eye contact with the interviewer, such as this kind of little gestures, they definitely go a very long way in building a very good wavelength with the interviewer. I think a good rapport can be built with a positive body language. There is actually a wonderful book written by Alan Peace. It is titled How to Read a Person Like a Book. So, this is a very wonderful book which one must always try to read at least sometime before going to the interview, because in this particular book about body language, one can get various aspects of body language. One can get to know, because the thing is, we may not be very conscious about our body language, but without our conscious, a lot of things get revealed about our personality, which may not be noticeable to us anytime. So such things may definitely be known to us, and we may be aware that these are the things which reveal our personality, because the actions, the body language, the gestures what we often make, they reveal what is on our mind. It is not something which happens in a very planned manner. Most of the elements, the aspects of body language, one has really very little, or if not no control over it, because the gestures and body language, there's something like which happens. It is not planned, it is not made to happen, it rather happens. So one must be very careful about displaying a very positive body language. Try to maintain a very good eye contact, and try to sit firm, and keep your head always held high, because such things will give you more confidence during interview, and it definitely helps to create a very positive impression with the interviewer. And one must also be very humble enough to accept certain things which have been of very little importance. One must think about accepting some limitations. The interviewer may ask you maybe 10 or 20 questions, and it is not a must that one must know all the answers. You may not be knowing the right answers for many questions. It is not a question and answer session, by the way. It is only a test of your personality. So if you do not know the answers for many questions, there is no need to panic, or there is no need to be nervous. It is always your confidence that matters. It is a test of your attitude. It is a test of your personality. It's a test of your honesty, of how honest you are during the interview. Just to impress that you know everything, if you start with a wrong answer, then the chances of securing the job will definitely be very low. It is always wiser and better to accept your mistakes, to accept your shortcomings, and to accept your limitations. Because one thing is very clear: nobody is perfect, and we always can try to be perfect, because perfection is an ideal which is not very easy to attain, and probably practically we can only try to be our best, and we may try to be very close to it. So it is always better and safer in your own interest to accept your limitation, and to show that you are an honest candidate, because sincerity definitely pays you in the long run. So probably, like, in this session, I have given you a fair idea about interview preparation, about basic elements of interview preparation. So in spite of all the techniques, all the tips what I have given you in this session, there are so many things which one must pay attention to, and one must take a call on the spot, because everything cannot be trained and planned in an interview. There are so many things which a candidate must decide to speak on the spur of the moment, because an interviewer will definitely not give you more time and more opportunity to speak, and so many things have to be spoken by taking a call on the spot. So paying attention to all the tips and techniques what we have discussed in the last few sessions regarding interview, in spite of all this, I still believe that a successful candidate will apply more of his wisdom on the spot, but keeping all these things in mind, your decisions, what you decide to speak, and what is your reaction on the spot, on the place of interview, at the time of interview, that is more crucial, that is more vital, and it will definitely either make or break your chances of securing the job. So with these few instructions and a few tips of how to prepare for the interview. Um, I hope I have been of some help at least to you young friends, and I wish all of you all the very best. And I wish you all a huge success in your future. Thank you, my dear friends, for patiently listening to me. Thank you all.